So in today's video, I want to share with you the importance of having good systems in place. So right now we are on a 3-week trip to Europe, the Maldives, back to Germany, then to Paris. And in those 3 weeks, I've literally opened my laptop 2 times. And while I check my email on a daily basis, I'm really only about checking it about, I don't know, 10 minutes a day, answering 1 or 2 emails a day, and that's about it. So why is that possible? How is that possible while at the same time have our business grow at a rate of about 30 to 50% a year? Well, that is possible because we have good systems in place. So the importance of a good system is one of the key things. So particularly in real estate investment, one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that it's all about flipping a property. Well, then they go flip a property and then they go sell the property, or they get the property and they go sell the property. And at the end of the day, once that is done, they have to start from scratch. So in other words, if they are not the ones working, if you're not the one working, then nobody's working, meaning you replaced your job with a business that basically is also a job. Just that it pays much better, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, then that's fine. You just got to be aware that if you take a month-long vacation, you will have zero income in that month of vacation, unless, of course, you followed our advice in the land profit generator and you created cash flow from land. Then, of course, you keep having cash flow and keep having income while you're traveling around the world. However, the cash flow will certainly not go up while you travel the world, and the cash sales will not happen while you travel the world unless you spend your time, instead of looking over the ocean like we are doing, but instead doing deals and being on the phone and working and stuff like that. And who the heck wants to do that? Now, when we go on vacation, we go on vacation. Yes, I shoot some videos here because it's just too gorgeous to not talk about it and not show it. And it's also when you take a true break from anything you do, then it's your creativity comes up, ideas come up, thoughts come up, and I want to capture them in those videos here. So bottom line is, how do you go on vacation and don't have to work anymore, right? How do you do that? Well, it comes in the form of systems. So for example, when we send out our letters, a mailing house does it for us. That can be pre-scheduled months in advance, right? Secondly, when these answers come back, they're being entered by a call center. So call center picks up the phone, call center answers the questions, and call center enters into our system. So thirdly, then we have a team of people that then does the value analysis on the properties. And if it's in areas that we know very, very well, we also know what these properties are worth very quickly. So they do the value analysis, they determine the value, and then they also suggest a selling price, or actually an offer price for the property. So the amount that we should offer on that property. So now at this point, I do come in. And I do come in about, as I said, once every about a week or 10 days. And for about 45 minutes, I get on my laptop. It's what I mentioned, twice in this 3 weeks, I'm going to be on my laptop. And Michelle or I, decide on what kind of offers to make on these properties. And then the rest, then our team sends out the letters, the offers out again, and then they come back and then our team is also the ones that put the listings together. So in terms of systems, we have now basically automated and outsourced everything. Now, when I say team, this doesn't have to be a full-time team that you pay. This has money, you should pay them, but doesn't have to be a full-time team. Almost all of those groups that I just mentioned are outside contractors that are hired for that particular task. There's virtual assistance companies out there that can help you with that you pay by the hour that they actually work on your task. So it's really not something that you have to have as a fixed item. So if you truly want to take a break from mailings and things like that, you can do that and you can just chill, and your expenses are going to be super, super low. So having said that though, we have also developed exact templates for how listings need to look like, right? A listing is not just a property that you put up on Zillow or Craigslist or somewhere. There's a specific kind of template of how that listing needs to look like. Well, once the template is done, somebody can exercise that template. Somebody can actually put the listings in place that way without you having to be part of it. And then when questions come in, we have somebody take the phone calls and we gave them exact guidelines of within what range of pricing they can, asking price, they can make a decision and agree to a deal without even asking us. So if it's outside of those areas, I might get an email. It's like, hey, somebody wants to buy the property. You have it listed for $20,000. They only want to pay $12,000. Well, now I look at it. If I bought it for $3,000, am I going to take $12,000? Potentially, if it's a serious offer and they want to put it all cash, yeah, I might do that. Or I might advise to go renegotiate a little bit. But bottom line is, we are very, very little involved because we have systems in place, we have people in place, we have organizations in place that are doing the individual pieces of the job, potentially in many cases better than I could even do it, or that Michelle could do it. So as a result, we can do deals while the deals keep happening and while we're here traveling. Now there's one extra piece that is missing in that scenario, and that is the kind of asset class. I'm pretty much sure that if we were to be doing house deals, I could not pull off what I just told you. So we consciously choose an asset class that doesn't require us to be there because there's nothing to do on that asset class. What is that? It's land, right? Land, you can do everything you can do with houses, with land, except for there's no house. So there's no estimate of repairs that have to be done. There's no estimates of, there's no mold inspection. There's no electrical inspection. There's no midnight move out. There's no vandalism or anything like that, which again makes it easier so for us to be here while everyone else is working on fix and flips and rehabs, right? So just wanted to point that out to you guys. The key to being a successful entrepreneur is to have systems. And one way to think about that is, what if you would have to do 10,000 deals a year? You couldn't do it all yourself anymore. So just think about that question. Think about that exponential thinking, and that will force you to think about different roles in your company and different people and different organizations that take over these roles. All right? I hope that makes sense. I'll see you soon, and we're heading back to Europe and to Germany tomorrow. Okay.